All right, welcome to another episode of Investing with Quito here. I've got my co-host Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you doing this morning?
We're good. Up early, working on stuff, busy, but love to talk with you and see what you're working on today because it looks like
Uh,
you're not in your studio.
yeah, that's right. I am actually here at one of the properties that I've acquired about a year ago. As you can see behind me. And I tell you what, I'll just kind of give you guys a quick tour and kind of show you what I am working on. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see what you're working on there.
All right, I'm gonna see if I flip the phone over here. See if I can switch the camera angle. There we go. So
There we
this is
go.
the neighborhood.
So is that the South Side
And
Keto?
actually, this is the north side of town.
Okay.
You can see we're looking at the rims over there. And originally, when we acquired this property, see this, it was actually attached to this mobile home. You can see we took it and we separated it. So
Uh-huh.
because were attached, they've attached it to the mobile home. So we basically blocked that off and we put a window in place where that used to be an opening. So it's no longer attached. Um, and inside, originally, as you can see, this was actually one big living room. This didn't
Hmm.
have any bedrooms, right? Excuse all the mess here. So remember how we saw the attached? So was attached from the bathroom to the bathroom, and there was a breezeway that attached to the mobile home. So we
Interesting.
took that off, re-walled it. Means we got a shower here. There's a vanity. We took out the vanity. We're redoing the floors. We started doing the floors over here. So the idea is to turn this into a two-bedroom, one bath, right? So we have here, it's actually about 500 square feet. So
Okay.
we turn this into a bedroom here. You can see, if you could imagine, if you took this wall out, this used to be one big room,
Yeah.
right? And then there was another room here. Um, this was the kitchen area. So we took it off, we cleared it out, and we put another wall because this used to go straight across, right? So
Hmm.
there was no
Yep.
wall here. So we put a wall over here and we created a bedroom. Actually, so you can see where the original separation was, how far it
Hmm.
went, and we just closed it off and made this into a bedroom. Well, actually, technically, office space bedroom. And
Uh-huh.
here's the little
Yeah.
here with you guys here. With because I also plan on doing Section 8, right? And
Right.
with Section 8, as long as it has a window, which it does, as long as it has a window, outlets, and lights, and we're gonna put a little like a little shelf with a closet hanger, it could be considered a bedroom.
Really. Even without like a full closet.
Yeah, even without full closet. And notice we're not going to have a wall here. We're not going to wall this up. We just leave it open. So it could technically be a bedroom. So that's how
Wow.
I can get away with um, turning this into a two bedroom. Because if you can imagine if I wall this up, how small it would feel,
Hmm.
right? So I just,
Hmm.
you know, that it's kind of like a little cheat code, right? It's like, okay, well, they consider it a bedroom, so I'm just going to leave this open because there's a back door here that opens up. Again, if I put a wall here, it'd be a small bedroom and it'd just be a mess. So I just open it up and would consider a bedroom. And at the same time, too, is when Section 8, when they do their calculations, said that I had somebody with a one bedroom voucher, right?
Hmm.
Well, they're going to take the calculations of a two bedroom utility calculation for a one bedroom, right? But because I have this open, I could technically say it's a office, and it wouldn't be considered a they wouldn't use a two bedroom calculation for the utilities. They'll just use a one bedroom calculation.
Okay. So how does that help you with that?
Well, what happens is say that I wanted rent to be say that the tenants qualify for $1,100, for a
Mhm.
one bedroom, right? Well, normally what they would do is they would uh, calculate a couple $100 for utilities, right? So imagine if I'm having them pay utilities and they for a one bedroom, they give a $200 allowance, right? So
Mhm.
technically, my rent would be $900. Okay. Now, if they use a two-bedroom calculation, right, for utilities, instead of being a $200, they will calculate it as, say, maybe $300, right?
Okay.
Even though they had a one-bedroom vaulter, because this would be considered a two-bedroom,
Mhm.
right? But because I made it in such a way that it could be an office, then they wouldn't use the two-bedroom calculation for utilities. So that's why I've also kind of did it this way as well, so I can get away. And if somebody has a two-bedroom vulture and say they pay $1,500 or whatever, well, now this is a bedroom,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
I could kind of go both ways, right? So this way, if someone qualifies for a one-bedroom calculation, then they're not going to use a two, even though they wouldn't use a two-bedroom calculation for utilities, right? Because this is technically an office
Mhm.
for now, right? But if they, then this way they'll just use a one-bedroom utility calculation versus using a two-bedroom calculation, even though they qualify for a one-bedroom allowance. So it's just a little, I call it a little, like a little cheat code or a hack to to kind of use it either way.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that really
So
helps out your bottom line then too, right? With more options and more availability.
right. So and here's the thing. So once we're gonna what we're gonna do is this wall. We're just gonna do a one wall. We're gonna do refrigerator here, sink, little sink with the countertop, and then the stove. So
Mhm.
this way just makes it easier. I don't have to worry about getting an L-shaped countertop, right? It just makes it one wall. It's about nine
Yep.
feet.
Mhm.
And then as you can see, oh, another thing too, remember the mobile homes talking about?
Yeah, you gonna rent that out as well?
Yeah, well, right now the mobile home is just one big room. So it's just like 9 feet by 40 feet. So what we're
Uh-huh.
gonna do is we're gonna turn this. I know you can kind of see in there. I can't see,
Mm.
but just anyway, it's just one big room. So what we're gonna do is when we're done with this one, we're gonna convert this into a two-bedroom, one bath, right?
Nice. So you can
And
rent out both units.
yeah, rent out both units. And if you look in the back, I'll show you. Let me get to the back here. We acquired the property. We also have the back here. You see that studio apartment?
Yeah.
Yep. So that studio is also being rented out as well. So we're getting 750 for the back unit, right?
Wow.
And then
Hmm.
the idea is to get, you know, this is going to be about 12 to 1500. This here, this main house, we're gonna turn it into a. We anticipate because it's a two-bedroom.
Hmm.
We anticipate to get about 12 to 1500 as well. So technically, this little property would gross about $3,300 in income once it's fully rented out.
Dang. And what's your cash on cash return on something like that?
Oh, let's see. So total, so just do the calculation. We acquired the property 120,000.
Hmm.
We're by the time we're done, we're probably going to put about 30 into it, so 50,000. So I mean, yeah, so I say 150 total, right?
150 total. Hmm.
Yeah, if you include the renovation costs. So you take 3,300 times 12.
Hmm.
What's that
So
about
that's 39
39?
6.
Okay, 39.6. So you divide that by 150,000.
So 26%.
Yeah, 26% cash on cash. So mean, that's not a bad return. Ideally, I shoot for 30%, but at 26, hey, we are still in the money.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Well, that's great. That's a great return. You get it
Yeah.
creative too?
No, this one we paid cash for.
Hmm.
Um, and then so the idea is we're gonna do a burst strategy, and you're gonna burr out. So just say, so let's take this even further. Just say we took say this got appraised, we got appraised at 175, let's say. What's 70% of 175?
122.5.
122.5.
Hmm.
Okay. Remember how I acquired this for 120,000,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? So I acquired for 122,000 and I put 30 into it. Now, when you really divide the numbers, I'm really into this about 30,000, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do the cash on cash return on that.
You're over 100. So 130% on return on.
130%. You see the difference? So in the beginning, I would be at 26%, right? But once I pull out my cash, right, I'll only have 30 into it.
Hmm.
So technically, when you look at the cash on cash, I really got $30,000 into this project.
Right.
And my
Yeah.
cash on cash is 39. So we're looking at 150% cash on cash return.
Hmm. Hmm. That's a great deal.
Yeah, it is a great deal. So that's why if you kind of not manipulate numbers, but look what it could be now, what it was currently, and what it could be, right? And based on that, you're like, okay, well, initially I'm at 26%. Now, once I pull out my money, really, my cash on cash is really 150% cash on cash return.
Hmm. Yeah. Within the year,
So
like you get all your money back plus 30% plus a cash flow rental year after year.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Dang.
So
Yeah. That's a stellar deal.
it is. I mean, most people look at this, most people just shy away from this, like, oh man, this is a pizza dump. It looks horrible, right? But
Yeah.
that's why if you can see the possibility, just like, why wouldn't I do this deal, right?
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
most people, believe me, I had other investors. I had them look at this, they pass up on it, and but see, they're not thinking about like the long term effects, what it could be once they fix it up and whatnot.
Hmm.
Because I told
Yeah.
them initially 120, they're probably thinking, man, you overpaid for this property, right? But the truth is, I didn't. I got an excellent deal because I'm able to extract the money out and cash flow. So
Yeah. Dude, stellar find. How'd you find that one? Was it referral or was it off market or?
yeah, this one was actually from a tire landlord actually, and
Gotcha.
another tire landlord. They're done. I mean, it was when I got this. I mean, it was a mess. Like I had it. It took me a while to get the tenants out of here. They weren't paying. They had like the mirror money, so they had like about six, I think like 8 months or whatever of money. Then after that, they stopped paying. So of course,
Hmm.
I had to get them out. Once I got them out, then it was just a matter of just having the resources and the people to come in and work on this. So we plan on finishing this up within the next 3 weeks. This should be ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go by April, right? You got the qualifications already, probably got tenants lined up and start the
Yeah,
market.
I've got people just kind of waiting in line, for this. I said, well, I'll just wait till I get this done. And once I get done, get this place rented out, and then I'll start the refinancing process.
Hmm. Hmm. Is that looking good for you too? Like rates are going down, things are starting to
Yeah,
change a
right,
little bit.
right now, absolutely. Things are starting to go down. And I even calculated with the higher interest rate, and I was still cash flow anyways,
Mm-hmm.
right? So with because your debt service is 1.25, 2.5, I'll get way more than that because I estimated my payments would be around $1,200. So,
Mhm.
I'll cash flow probably not $1,500 after I refinance and pull out the cash.
Still, right? Like 1,500 bucks a month, every single month for the rest of your life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the rest of my life. Absolutely. So that's the beauty of having rentals, and that's why I that's why I love doing this. It's fun seeing opportunities where others would just pass on it, like, oh, this is just too much work. But like we've kind of mentioned before, like you kind of do the hard stuff, life gets easy, right? Like when
That's
you
right.
first look at this, like, oh man, it looks like it's a lot of work. But once just roll up your sleeves, get into it, and just so you know, I mean, I'm not doing the work. I've got contractors doing. I'm paying them to do it. I'm just there giving the ideas and putting out my vision for them.
Yeah. Yeah. They gotta think differently, right? You gotta think outside the box. Think creative.
Right. So cool. You have any questions or any
No, thanks
thoughts?
for showing us that, and I'd love to go see it and see the finished product. So that'd be really exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you later.